Good morning, it's Jonathan Barratt with this morning debrief. It's the third day of December. Current time is 7:43. Just got a couple more minutes on the Dow to go before it closes. But it looks like we're going to have a positive night again, which is good. Had some good retail sales and also impending home sales were the strongest we've seen in 10 years. So that in itself I think was quite positive. Concerns starting to lighten as to what's happening in Europe concerning the extension of the IMF bailout. And that certainly gave a lot of confidence for a lot of people that the world's looking quite good. I also had some continuing moves in some of the commodities, which was quite good. Oil, purely on the back of what's happening in Europe in terms of the bad weather, and copper. Copper continues to be a bright spot. It's something we have talked about quite some time, and and also cotton. Two of those ones which we have talked about. But we actually feel that that copper can reach those historic highs again, and I think not too distant future, but certainly looking very strong. Okay, so let's move on and have just a bit of an idea of what actually has happened last night, and let's just grab that. Okay, just a quick overview. Let's skip that out of the way. There we go. As we can see, the Dow continues its strong performance so far. Let's just refresh that a little bit, make sure that's still right. Yeah, up 109 points, 11,365. The S&P's up 15, 1221, and the Nasdaq was up 30, 2580. I've also sort of looking across onto Europe, and we saw that comfort from the IMF concerning the packages there, and Euro was up. The top 50 was up 59. The FTSE extending those gains from yesterday, up 125. The CAC up 77, and the DAX up 90. So sort of performance there. Local market looking good as well, up 48 at 47.39. And we'll have a look at a few of those charts as well, but looking quite positive. On the commodity space, and let's just grab this now. Move that over. On the commodity space, well, let's first of all look at the dollar. US dollar having a little bit of correction there, that's all expected. But we are coming back into that area of support. 80 is a big number. Remember, it was tough resistance as we tried to head through it, and probably expect that to hold for some time. Remember also, we do have important unemployment data tonight, and the unemployment rate is meant to be unchanged. So keep close to that one, because that'll be the mover and shaker for the next 24 hours. Okay, as we mentioned, dollar slightly lower. As you can see, that caused a little bit of a change in heart towards the US dollar, and as you can see, we've had a very solid rally there for the Aussie. This stuff all looks quite good, very constructive. Dips back to 97, I think you can look at to go long, and expect that this will trend to have broken. And if things remain positive for commodities on the back of this data tonight, then we can assume that Aussie can trade back through that 99, maybe even back to parity. So let's see what happens on that front. Having a look at some of the other commodities, last night's movement, crude extended its gains, purely on the back of what's happening in Europe. That's something which is relatively expected, and as you can see there, going close to those highs again. Although we did have that data out last night, or out the night before, which suggests we had a build, but I think that's been highly discounted considering the cold weather. Have a look at this copper. Copper also very strong. It's something we've talked about at length in a lot of the programs, and as you can see, I probably expect it to challenge those highs pretty soon. So quite comfortable there. Gold seems to have lost a bit of its tarnished a bit, and that move last night was interesting because we did get a high there, and it's retreated from that high, from that 1400 quite merrily. I think if it takes out this 1385, expect it lower, and I think that's well on the cards. But let's see what happens. I'm sort of still out there saying that we've reached a high for the year for gold. I've only got a couple of weeks to go, so let's see how that unfolds. I think it'll be quite interesting. On the local market, I expect this a strong, very strong rally here that's happened. I think it's probably wise we have a look at the daily chart here. It has broken through that area, and I guess that we're down here, we've found that low, we're not going any lower, and that's been a very savage rally. As to whether or not she continues to go onwards and upwards from this area, I don't know, but expect the market to open up higher tonight or today, and we'll have to really wait and see as to, well, let's put it this way, the numbers haven't been that impressive, but the market wants to buy it. So I think this is all this Christmas rally which we're experiencing at the moment. Okay, now the important data out tonight will be the unemployment. This will be the mover and shaker. There it is, 9.6%. If we get it, it has to stay the same or if it stays the same and is worse, this will be a reversal. There will be a reversal. If in fact it's better, then then people will turn around and be optimistic, and that should support the market. So I think that in itself is pretty good. Also expect that change in non-farm payrolls people to look at. Obviously expecting a lesser number. We're still expecting a build of 145. If it comes in on the negative side, well, we're not expecting a negative side, but obviously we're expecting that build to continue. Plus 145, the last was 151. Also factory orders down 0.7, a bit sluggish, but I wouldn't write home about it. I think if anything it'll be the unemployment number that does all the moving and shaking tonight. So let's see how that unfolds. In terms of positions, what have we got on? Still long dollar yen. Still happy there for the yield play, and that seems to be going all right. We reduced our positions in all the Aussie, and I think that's the right thing to do, because I think given this Christmas rally in commodities, we'll probably see things extend higher. We've also, as you know, recommended the cotton trades, cotton, which has been quite positive, and we've also been mentioning particularly on Sky concerning the grains concerning the grains that they've had a strong, and they should continue as well. Well, that's about it for me today. I hope everyone has a good day. Good luck tonight. It's going to be a bit of a volatile night, there's no doubt about it, but just make sure that you know where you are in the market, and just be careful because the volatility is here and will stay here for some time to come until we develop some very good trends. Well, that's about it for me. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.